Hello and welcome everyone. Did you all know that every company shall maintain the proceedings of the meeting in written form and it shall be maintained in a separate minutes book, that is separate book for each type of meeting. So that is what we are going to learn in this particular lecture. I'm your host and teacher Santosh Baliga, who is going to take you through section 118, that is minutes of the meeting. So without wasting any time, let's get started. First of all, every company, the first point to be highlighted is every company. Now, when we speak about every company, that means a company which is a public company as well as private company. So, either it is a public company or private company, every type of company has to maintain shall. Shall means it is mandatory. Shall means it is mandatory. Shall cost minutes. Cost means maintain of what? Of proceedings of every meeting. Proceedings of every meeting of shareholders, that is general meetings, of creditors of the company, of board meetings, that is board of directors, or board of directors may also have delegated their powers to separate committees and such meetings of the committee. So it may be board meeting or committee meetings of the board. Also, every resolution that is passed by postal ballot, every resolution that is passed by postal ballot also has to be covered under the minutes, that is under the minutes book under section 118. So postal ballot is something that I have already discussed at length with all of you under section 110. It was under section 110. So I have a video on the same. You can go and refer to that particular video to understand the procedure and the meaning of postal ballot or voting by postal ballot. Okay. So far what we have done is that every company shall maintain minutes of proceedings of every meeting of any class of shareholders, creditors, board of directors, or committees of board, and for every resolution that is passed by postal ballot. So this much is clear to us. That means every company has to maintain a minutes. Minutes means what? Nothing but written form in which we are summarizing all the proceedings of the meeting that has been undertaken or conducted in the meeting. Okay. Now this has to be prepared. This has to be prepared and signed in a manner which has been prescribed. Now this is prescribed under Rule 20, Rule 25 and Rule 25 and Section 118. Okay. And it has to be kept once it is prepared within 30 days of conclusion of every such meeting or from the passing of resolution of the postal ballot. So there are two things for which we are maintaining the minutes. First is the meetings of shareholder, board of directors, and creditors. That is the first part, that is speaking about minutes of meetings. As well as if any resolution is passed without being in the meeting through postal ballot, that also has to be maintained in the minutes book. Okay. Now that is why it has to be maintained within how many days? Within how many days? Within 30 days from the conclusion of the meeting or passing of such resolution by postal ballot. You understood this point also now? Okay. Now, in minutes book, it has to be maintained in the minutes book kept for that purpose. And such minutes book shall be consecutively numbered. Numbered means every page of the minutes book shall be numbered. Shall be numbered. And it shall contain, what shall it contain? What will it include? What will it exclude? That is what we are going to learn in this next 5 minutes. What will it include? It will include fair and correct summary of the proceedings of the meeting. Fair and correct summary of the proceedings of the meeting. Okay, everything will not be absolutely entered into the minutes, but it should be a fair representation and correct representation of the proceedings of the meeting. And all the appointments which have been made in the meeting. See, we know that appointment of director, appointment of auditor are such appointments which are done in the meetings. Okay, and whenever such appointments are done in the meeting, the appointments also have to be entered into the minutes book along with their resolution. Okay, and in case if the meeting is a board meeting or committee meeting, in that case, the name of the directors which are present shall also be provided in the minutes book. Okay, and if in case the resolution is passed, then if there are any dissenting directors who have not assented to the, or who are not in favor of the resolution, but the resolution is passed, but in the minutes book we will also have to maintain the names of such directors who were dissenting. So in case of each resolution which is passed, name of the directors, if any, are dissenting. That also has to be contained. Contained means it has to be included. You can also say these are the inclusions in the minutes. Okay, this part is also clear. Now, what shall not be included? What shall not be included? That is, you can say excluded. Yeah, exclusions. Okay. Now, this depends on the opinion of the chairman. See, it is the discretion of the chairman to ensure what is included and what is excluded. So, if the chairman feels that some proceeding of the meeting is or could be reasonably regarded as defamatory of any person. Defamatory means it is not a fact, as well as it will create some kind of reputational loss to any person which cannot be currently justified. Okay, so there is some item regarded as defamatory to any person, then it should be excluded. As well as if it is found that any discussion or any point that has been done or taken in the meeting is irrelevant or immaterial to the proceedings, in that case also it will be excluded from the minutes book. Finally, if any matter is detrimental to the interest of the company, then in that case also the chairman would want it to be excluded from the minutes book. There are three things which can be excluded in the opinion of the chairman. First, if it is defamatory to any person. Second, if it is irrelevant or immaterial. Third, if it is detrimental to the interest of the company. Okay, so you have to remember these 3 points. This is very, very important points. Okay, finally, what is to be included and what is to be excluded is purely the discretion of the chairman. This may be important from an MCQ purpose. Okay, now whatever minutes has been maintained by the company of the proceedings of the meeting, it serves, now this is where it becomes very, very important. It serves as an evidence. In the court of law for the proceedings therein. So whatever proceedings have been summarized in the minutes book, those will be prima facie regarded as something which has been held in the meeting. So it is an evidence of the proceedings of the meeting. Okay, so this part is clear. Now, since it is an evidence in the court of law, until the contrary is proved, contrary means opposite, is proved, that the meeting shall be deemed to be duly called, held, and all the proceedings to have been duly taken place. And any resolution that is passed by postal ballot should also have been duly passed. So there are 3 things that I have discussed over here. Until contrary is proved, 3 things will happen. 1, meeting shall be deemed to be duly called and held. First point is meeting shall be deemed to be duly called and held. Second point is all the proceedings to have been duly taken place. And the third point is resolution passed by postal ballot to have been duly passed. And the fourth point will be, even if whatever appointments have happened of directors, KMP, auditors, company secretary in practice, that shall also be deemed to be valid. So there may be a question which will be asked, what is the importance of minutes? What is the importance or relevance of minutes? Okay, in that case, you have to first explain section 118, and then you will say that also as per section 118, minutes acts as or serves as evidence of proceedings therein, due to which until the contrary is proved, these 4 points will be provided in the answer. This will fetch you at least 3 marks out of 4 on such kind of question which is asked in the exam. Okay, and our aim is always to get at least 3 marks out of 4, because that will take us to 75%, and we will land in aggregate of that particular subject to at least above how much? Above 60 marks. We have to get, our target is how much? 60 marks. Our target is exemption in law. Correct? Now, if the company does not or contravenes this provision of section 118, does not maintain minutes book, or it tampers with the minutes book. Tampers means there is some proceedings which have been recorded in the minutes book, and since it is evidence going forward in the future, somebody tampers means he might tear apart a page of the minutes book, or he might, with white ink, he might erase, or he might cut the points that have been written in the minutes book. That is known as tampering. And it is prohibited by law. And any person found guilty of the same will also face penalty. Okay, so let us understand what is the penalty for contravention. First point is, in case there is a default. Default means what? The company has not maintained, or company has missed recording the minutes of the meeting within the prescribed period. Prescribed period is 30 days. Okay, then there will be penalty for the company and penalty for the officer who is in default. In that case, for the company, the penalty will be 25,000 rupees, and for the officer, it will be 5,000 rupees. So what will be the penalty for company? 25,000 rupees. What will be the penalty for the officer in default? 5,000 rupees. And if any person is found guilty of tampering, Tampering. In that case, he will have imprisonment also. He can have imprisonment also, which can be up to how many years? 2 years. Up to 2 years. And fine of minimum 25,000 to 1 lakh. Now, under rules, we have some additional points which have to be taken care by the company. Okay. First thing that is that you have to maintain distinct minutes book for each type of meeting. Shareholders meeting will have a separate minutes book. For creditors meeting, you'll have a separate minutes book. Similarly, for board meeting, you'll have a separate minutes book. Okay. Now, minutes of proceedings for each meeting shall be entered in the books, maintained for that purpose, along with the date of such entry. Within how many days? Within 30 days. This is something that we have learned already, that the prescribed period is 30 days. From which date? From the date of conclusion of the meeting. Okay. Now, next is, in case of every resolution passed by postal ballot. In case of every resolution which is passed by postal ballot, first of all, you will provide a brief report of the postal ballot. This is the first point. You will provide brief report on the postal ballot and what is the resolution which has been passed. And along with it, you will also give the result of the voting. Okay. And the second part is, you will also give a summary of the scrutinizer's report. Now, what is scrutinizer's report? I have already given in detail under section 110. Please refer to my video of section 110. It will give you a complete conceptual clarity of postal ballot. Okay. So, whenever a resolution of postal ballot is entered in the minutes book, these 2 points have to be also provided in the minutes book. Okay. Rest everything is same. It shall be entered within 30 days from the date of passing such resolution. So, I hope this is also clear. Next, every page. Now, this is the signing part. This is the signing part which we are going to do, which speaks about every page. Each page of every such book shall be initialed or signed, and the last page of the record of the proceedings shall be signed by and dated by whom, is what we are going to learn now. Okay. First of all, let us dissect what we have so far understood in this point. Is that every page shall be initialed. Every page in which the minutes have been recorded shall be initialed, so that tomorrow nobody tampers with the same. Okay. So it shall be initialed or signed. Okay. Initialed means what? Either it will be, say in my case, my name is Santosh Baliga, so my initials will be SB. Or either I can also sign over there in short form. And on the last page, I'll have to ensure that it is dated and it is signed by the person who is authorized or who is given in the below chart. Okay. Now, in case of board meeting, in case of which meeting? Board meeting. The chairman of the meeting or the chairman of the next succeeding meeting can sign the minutes book of board of meeting. That means chairman of the meeting which has been held or chairman of the meeting of the next succeeding meeting, next meeting can also sign the minutes book. Okay. Now, you will have a doubt whether how can the chairman change in every meeting. Please refer to my section 104 video which speaks about chairman of meeting, where I have in detail discussed with you that chairman of meeting and chairman of the company are two different concepts. Do refer to that particular video. Okay. Now, in case of meeting of shareholders, that is general meeting, the chairman of the same meeting, shall be signing the minutes book, not the next meeting, same meeting. Okay. And if such chairman unfortunately dies or is not having the ability to sign, that maybe, for example, if the chairman of the meeting before signing the minutes leaves the country for some urgent medical purpose, in that case, the board of directors can authorize any other director to sign the minutes book in place of the chairman. Okay, this is one of the case study which is given in the test your knowledge section of ICAI module itself. So please go through, most probably question number 9, go through that. Okay, now next is resolution which is passed by postal ballot. Resolution which is passed by postal ballot. For the same, the chairman of the board will be signing the minutes book. And if he is not able to, then the director who has been authorized by the board. Okay, so this signing part is extremely important from the examination point of view. There may be a case study which would come and in which there will be a question on who can sign the minutes book. Okay, this part is clear. Now the next point is, it shall be kept at the registered office of the company. It shall be kept at the registered office. RO means registered office of the company. And it shall be preserved permanently. It shall be preserved permanently till the lifetime of the company. Because this is an evidence and can be used for future reference as to why a particular decision was taken, who had assented to the decision, who had dissented to the decision. All these details will be provided by the minutes book. Hence, it has to be maintained permanently. Okay, it has to be kept in the custody of the company secretary of the company or any other director who is authorized by the board. This is now also important from the MCQ point of view. There are many registers which have to be maintained for 8 years. But in case of minutes of the meeting, you have to maintain it for permanent basis. So I hope you have understood section 118 clearly. With this, we come to an end of this particular session where we in detail discussed about minutes of the meeting. Okay, so that's it for this edition. If you have understood this topic, if you have understood this lecture, please do like the video, and if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel. That gives me motivation to bring more videos to you. Thanks a lot. Take care. Stay safe.